Good evening, everybody. This is number 5 on the quadratic formula and discriminant worksheet. So if you remember, when we do quadratic formula, you need to get one side equal to 0. I'm going to move the 3 to this side because I don't want to have to move the 7 and the 8 to this side. So I'm going to do the opposite of this negative sign, which would be a plus 3 on both sides. And then over here, I just need to write these in order. These don't match because this is squared, this is just an R, and then this is just a number. So you always want to put them in order with the squared going first, then just the R, and then the number by itself. So this is going to be 7R squared minus 8R plus 3 equals 0. And now this is an order that I can pick off my A, my B, and my C. So your A is just your first number, so it's going to be 7. Your B number is going to be 8, but because this is a minus sign, it's going to be a negative 8. And your C is going to be 3. So I'm going to plug that in as 3. My formula is negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. So now all I have to do is take these numbers and plug them into the formula. Now, because the B here has a negative and the B is already negative, this just says change the sign of whatever B is. So since B is negative, then I'm going to make B positive. So this is going to be a positive 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4AC. And you should probably be plugging in your numbers here. So 4 times 7 times 3. All over 2 times 7. I'm going to rewrite that because that looks a little messy. So this is 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times 7 times 3 all over 2 times 7. So then what I would do is I would get out my calculator and just type in the stuff underneath the square root. Make sure you have parentheses on this first term or it's not going to be correct. So I'm going to turn this on and make sure I'm putting parentheses on this. So I have negative 8 parentheses. The square button is right here next to the 7. So that's going to be squared minus 4 parentheses 7 parentheses then parentheses 3 parentheses. And I just type that part in. And that gives me negative 20. So I have 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 20 all over, and 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, so I get a negative right here, and the negative comes out as the letter I. So this is going to be 8 plus or minus I square root 20 divided by 14. And then you need to take the 20 and you need to reduce that with your purple paper. Now, if you remember on the purple paper, you want to start all the way down and work your way up. So we would be using, does 20 divide by 16? That would have been the first number on the purple paper close to 20. So 20 divides 16, and that does not work. So then the next number on the purple paper was 9. So I'm going to clear this out and make that be a 9. And that does not work. And then the next number on the purple paper is 4. And that would be 5. So I'm going to rewrite 20 as being 4 times 5. So this is 4 times 5 divided by 14. And now the square root of 4 is 2. So that 4 is going to come out as the number 2. So I have 8 plus or minus 2I square root 5 divided by 14. And then you need to see, okay, does this reduce? Does 8 and 14 reduce? Does 2 over 14 reduce? And you can use your calculator if you're not very good with fractions. So use the ABC button. So I have 8, ABC, 14. And that gives me 4 over 7. So this is going to be 4 over 7. And then I'm going to reduce 2 over 14. And that's going to be 1 over 7. So that would just be I square root 5. And I already got the 7 right here. So this right here would be your answer for number 5. Hope this helps. Have a good evening.